then no money they my own. See my heart back, but she thought I did grind for my king. My own. Like the air, I did feel am for everywhere I did. My own. See the money, baby, come chop them for me. And let me see what's up in the air. What's up in the air? Although my lonely plan, I bet chat to me, yeah. Chat to me, girl, yeah. Wait time make I carry you. Champagne and I was in Malibu, yeah. And the dinner I eat it just for two. Me dog now would do me Tibet, yeah. My own. That time I the chase, I'm then no money they my own. See my heart back, but she thought I did grind for my king. My own. Like the air, I did feel am for everywhere I did. My own. See the money, baby, come chop them for me. Nisi kete kete. On camera footage clean, I know you're rissy. Nisi mujira smile siri. Open it once I'm in no chili. Hey, me baby ni brownie, yeah. Golden tree chocolate, yeah. Me tratoli, yeah. Each and every day we have yeah. My own. That time on the chase, I'm then no money day. My own. See my heart back, but she thought I did grind for my king. My own. Like the air, I did feel am for everywhere I did. My own. See the money, baby, come chop them for me. High grade. Boy. P on the mix.
Bibini Brony eye. Alpha Ablonda.
Listen, mujira smile siri. Open it once I'm in no chili. Hey.
We burn it like your song.
Adom 106.3. And as I say, I did APOSO exactly 8 o'clock. Friday morning. Ebiwa yawa haiku ya bwachwa Adom yawa Hassan so and junior prophet Abraham yawa ha sese sipi ni da wana we theology CP
constant variable
constant variable
it doesn't change
teacher ni aka no
okay be fine
Adom fiala is sweet
oh sweet tomorrow we are not working
fiala de say hi. Say I or say I. Say we or say we. So say I.
We.
No, say I.
Asa will not be working tomorrow.
Oh.
Come on.
No, so I.
Since we.
Oh.
Forge also is not coming tomorrow. So we.
Delete them. Now say I. Kabito. Ene mu ya o se fiada ne sa ne ba na dwom ne dikan na reggae no fra na chese fialede.
Solid burglar proof, Africa's strongest burglar proofing. Second Kings Real Estate, the home for Kings. Call 0244645784. Advanced Ghana Savings and Loans, growing together. Feco Spray Starch, look sharp. Latest form, your partner for life. American Premium Furniture, where quality sells. Amen. Santa Fe Clinic, Allahu Shafi God. Esther Healer. Lily Sunflower Oil, tasty food, happy family. Tabia Heba Mixture, your true and authentic Heba medicine. Vodafone, the future is exciting. Ready? One of the assassinate Naposo. Anope. Okay, Hasia.
Yo, Capito Ebesha se na UTAG form work UST or letter no Capito Nsakanvi. Omo de letter be aba chese enra semwa mampani di tu dwa omo so omo re attitude nearby no na ansa na kura ne ye mko daily graphic mu na abusua daily graphic anim na wo hwe ho no mo a emfonyi na dikan e wo ho no mo eye na efa pentin ya bono ene bompata hene ene committee ya mampani ayi won se bonhwe kire e wo Kwame Nkrumah suapon wo no yesi na ne fa pentin ene nipa a wo behwe kire wo hwe kire amade na atumi akoso asam ne yetiawa University of Science and Technology mabunu ye wo no mo ene adesuafo wo no mo woni mpanimfo ye da sukuu na no enkyira ka ye ba wontam wo no yese mpanimfo chemo se governing council na da university no ano no ya dissolve ya guno na ya guno so aye ntumi nya ne saa eti committee ya tebo se bonhwe kire no wonu madwuma ya de ama won ejine kan ya yesis efiri saa biri ko day to day activities here was a cost school mu school na adwuma bi e was a cost obia no saa committee na behwa amena koso enam panimfo de ama won eye 14 days yes 14 days omo yesa school no a ene ya close no ye besan ya biebie ni etoso mienu ni enam so ma mabunu no ye kire no asemu a trigger ade no wesi ye no yesi mpanimfo nhwehwe mu na nsusu nsunsanso won fa emetudwa eti committee no members yi ewomu wodinie Professor Owura Yere Rita Koshia Dixon neka home Dr. Edward Bafoboni ka home Owura Yere Hilda Hega Ampedu onso ni din wom Professor Joshua Yakwa edin wom Owura Yere Abnantwi ena Owura Kelvin Saso edin eka ho bi ni nyina no na na fa penten ena beda sa committee ya no ahwe amantoto ya atumi akoso saa semi omo ken na UTAG fo e wo ho no so omo nte ase na aban no wo ye interference government interference e wo school mu so omo de letter tenten aba na daily graphic achi abusua we ya abrahosem ne say densun river ye wo tetegu ene yese nsuo no ayiri na yiri ye no nipa mienu ene nam so ahwere won kwa ni odini kan abanti abodi mfie dunkno Kennedy gbomate wono wafiri mu yese dodo na afiri mu
yanko University de no so na fei ya ba ya twa so na AJ Black ye alumni member Ewo Katanga. Blackie, good morning.
Captain Swag, good morning.
Na bibia e boko de.
No, ya me ade a che ya. Ya won kwan de. Na ya.
En samu shase ye ne wa na shase oba studio ha ne ye didi nkoma ade na mo ane de be pie mu o campus one de e kosi. Alumni for mu hu ne say.
Captain. But wa okay. Baby ade akopie e ma ne ekoya hostem engu asem because a shot ye anamon bia na wasi to ye who boy ye ndewura che Ghana fu ina se me kai se wa the kasa ti we ye katanga asem ena enye KNUST asem na ye Ghana ma muni nyina asem ye kaya ena na betu ha is a Ghana nyina ya resort ye je check KNUST just yeah say what I call Captain.
Na mente se dwumadi na nkasa na wo peso mo ye no yenya atro mo ya catch them say no ya suspended and I bio school no e ma na wo mo do mo kɔ ho na wo mo kɔ ho no wo me kɔ hall ho na so wo me kɔ hin.
Oh Captain, yenya antro ye bia na say obi afo fa afo ne frɛ. I mean it's not to say that we want to feel important as alumni, but 24 young Bujuma. Now, we seem not to learn anything now because there be a chance here, and we could say any Jumedia alumni and another rural alumni a play woman. Katanga alumni, besides the Unity Hall alumni. I mean, one would have expected that all stakeholders are brought on board and normal share. In Kutahu and I said, stakeholders here, how near here. But anyway, the opposite are very early days yet. And not yet, train will be access in Kusibone. We hope that in the days ahead, no, the BBRI was buying and penny for you, no. Or by yesterday, BBC, a 2 year, no, and you would that way in history.
Yes, alumni for the money mo church the pan and my demonstration course.
Captain, yeah. You say a demonstration and straight away in Kiam court. You call court the crown. Wow, we are sure we're not a trade. Katanga, someone way did that. I would then about the Moyamba. And yeah, but still, you call court. You call court in your face. Wow. Yeah, competition, yeah, and now 2482, which was the right thing to do. And also, your face, wow. Yes, our competition. His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Danko Kufuado. All indications show that we were consistent and we were using fine beer available to us to pursue this. Just that, yeah, sir. Oma Nanke was saying, Omuti, Asemi Hujumano, Oma fa mysterious, no more said the near one is that you and Katanga when any can get. Because you see, Obi Kase, students, and Kase, or more issues, no? In fact, precisely, Kojo Ponkoma, Honorable Minister of Information, Eka said, yeah, now be JD said, Omkotia students, no. No more with two, no, not mixing of horse in Ponkao. But quite unfortunate because one will forget that brutalization came about as the young men resisted the position I invested taking here. And the more they resisted, the more they were brutalized. And in the beginning, no, not a comma Katanga, any unity for any penna, as a only security for Nenya. But a the last straw that broke the camel's back, now this was the Friday brutalization. No? It involved a wider group. So from Katanga to Republic Hall students to English Hall students, even non-resident students. So they are here.
Jim FM.
Going forward, no. Then they can after 4 days on, no, we won't even be talking about win a car, win a year, win a stage. But rather, no, we'll be talking solutions. And then if specifically may come to accusation now, and no may hear no be other colleagues the year no be brave.
But say solution in Yaba.
Assembly no, and yet be what they did here, because who accuse me, it could be some passing for you know, you will see so students no more do war. It's not as an anya crown and I pass and or more, let it bear 10 or more bars. And Captain, these are very, these are issues that would be a normal person crowd in our investigation, not to talk of journalists and answer security apparatus now more in Indiana.
Okay, and to the Shishaba school, your baby, you dissolve board, and next week, you're come on. Professor Charles Marfo, Professor Charles Marfo, Vice President, UTAG, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Unfortunately, I've lost Professor Charles Marfo, a very fantastic man.
Omo letter no bechiri mo
o chire ma de Christian service
sa o galam se ho
apepa
ehun hia na capito ye hia na pa omo mpusu ahoma no omo mfre no mra efise no na dwumi hu letter no na mehwem sa na me se omo se ne aban no aye no government interference ena nka ye wo hye ye kwan bebre wo ho betumi afa so asolve sa problem no enti nka omo abe solve me kan nam see na sa na se na nka da ben no da ben na nka sa problem no be solve ti na me pese mi hu ebi ana emfiri omo ho me pese mi hu pa efise omo kotu kotu niema bi se suapon no se wo kɔ won hyehyɛ ya de sua hyehyɛ mu a wo de wo ho obi a nhyɛ omo woni omo ye ho ntini esi ye no abanya bam say we dissolve the governing council no aban interfere ayo wo madwuma omo ye mu
ayo mo kwajulo na ho na guarantee ba omo
na ya asam na hyase no ye boso ba ko ye boso mienu no
the fact that kwajulo
you can't be that autonomous
is that but we be won about who na it me do tum so no na hwe ban. So when there is law, there's law.
Law, no,
say.
When you that autonomous over your child.
Enti ne can hanu. Say autonomous ne can hanu. Tina you talk for can wasem. I'm not justifying what they are saying, but they have a cause to complain.
Oh, no, I'm not saying they should.
Exactly.
Complain. But the
fact that I bind the MS school is cabinia, they are dangerous.
The point is that we autonomous, so we not appoint to a board.
Woni me kra de na mka meka asani omani be kom we bisanura na me hwe members e wo committee ya yate no mu na mpese me hu se boya chifria efisa se ye ka governing council no a ye wo akuudo bi ewo mu me gidi ye se omu utag for no mo ka ho na tewufo ka mo ye wo yi school no mu ekuo bi okeka ka mo enti me de ye kra na nka mka se bebem se bi a ye tewufo no your representative your work committee ya yate no so we you tag for ye de we na mom say government interfere na nka ya ye betumi solve problem no problem mo aginsemu ya ye say japade case dodo sen wo num say no na nka on betumi solve
was there consultation before government took decision? Oh, I mean, when you consultation, a laudable consensus on raising.
No,
if Sabayan consulted on before taking the decision, it is wrong.
No, kind
of course, yeah, per se, yes, but, madam.
Papa.
Daily Garden was a jobless Africa youth volcano in waiting. Ghana man pani na yibrofu sa na to ano na we no call daily graphic ni mo page 23 na daily guide na ode aba na man pani na na do dan kwakufu ado na wo chemchire se so hwemu a na ade bi ekoso ewo abibimamu ha nyina na eno na sese nyina me ni da ho na ye se yebetimi asia no na boa am ya somdwe na ye penetimi aye mapa osi so hwemu a abibimamu ahodo nyina no e ka me se mabunu no wo mo adwuma sam de dada fom o munya adwuma nje na mtetete hwa eno nti no so be ha ebe kwa kofa asembia badachi sɛ adwuma ni wonti no na asɛm we akɔdɔn ekuo bi atuate dɔm bi ne akɔfa asɛm bi de aba ɛno ɛna ɔkyɛ sɛ wɔsrɛ bibima mu mpanimfoɔ nyinaa sɛ nyinaa yɛnyi ntum sɛ yɛmabunu no yɛbɛma mu nyinaa nya adwuma ayɛ san sɛ mpanimfoɔ koraa ka sɛ nsa yɛ ne adwuma no bɔnsam no adwuma yɛ ɛno nti sɛ nkɔraa no a kyɛ sɛ wɔn aduru ɔmo mmeranteɛ no mɔba a wɔabrɛ soɔ kyɛ sɛ mogya no yɛ mono no yɛampɛ bibia ma ɔmo anyɛ a ɛtetewa no twetu a ɛnyɛ obi ne kuma ntwi ɛno ti wɔsrɛ abibifoɔ mpanimfoɔ nyinaa sɛ yɛma mabunu nya adwuma nyɛ a the daily guide ɛde aba Kenya University ho nsɛnsɛm yɛ nso 7 member ɛyɛ interim yi no ɔde ho nsɛm de aba anim ha yɛdi kan abɔ ɛsoɔ ɛwɔ krataa yi mu na ɛno ɛda nkyɛn a wɔse manhyia nso no crisis meeting bi anka ɛbɛkɔ so no wɔtwam
ɛdafa wo yɛ ho
we are on Ankafa and 10 years. If you see any
last minute
in the atrum
in Pawaka TM and now Muja.
Utum for a chancellor.
I would for a chancellor.
In the no,
I don't know they had traditional council. They say all the other decisions they course to say converted their core mix hall near Didinano. Say, alumni for now a petition come out for he as the chancellor was not told.
True?
Yes. I am telling you.
Oh, Samu.
Was he?
No, more share.
But I said it took only the alumni somebody petition to call your answer. Or no, yet chancellor.
Or to say, school.
I mean, it's not nice.
Yeah, you're going.
Obani Vincent Echo Asifwa Kasamafo Emma Ministry of Education. Many ultimate coming my channel pay. Now, maybe I'm a cordial.
Adom no mpaibo ye ho ye no so
yeah yes so body and Roma ye ho ye but what dey na born tough am my Kenya University nsensemi ekopie hin ekosi hin ene baby abedri ene hyehye ye wo ho biom
kwa no mo be kaya eye edwada itwem ye ene mudi nkomo as to the commitment on the part of the Ministry of Education. Say we will have to get onto the campus of Kenya West. Now I am back on the fact-finding mission so that you will know what really transpired as to the impact of Kenya West. Now, we put together a number of things that free the stakeholders. Key among them was the Student Representative Council. Another stakeholder was the University Council, if you like, the University Management. And we also met the Regional Security Council. Now, when I share Regional Security Council, one thing became very clear to us, that at the also ministry, ANSA, we have to put in place mechanisms to protect life, to protect or us to preserve property, and on top of it, to ensure we put our school back to its natural status. And on NSA, we will have to get our school running once again. You see the recommendation from the Regional Security Council. No? They are very key among them. NSA, we cannot, and it is not advisable to anybody, or it is not in the interest of any Ghanaian, say, it may be a year Kwame Commission upon without dealing with the cause or the root cause of the impasse working in West. And that root cause seemed to be the tension between the Student Representative Council, or the student body, alumni on their hand, and the University Council. And to say to me, I got to our school back there. Now I try as much as possible to deal with it. And on and around 2 p.m., the Minister of Education instituted an interim committee, and I say interim council, that is to take charge of the affairs of the university. So what did it mean? They say, in the best interest of every Ghanaian, we have to dissolve the University Government Council. And until a year to any online say dissolve the University Council. Now, Captain, what share the terms of references are Yedema the interim council no. Number one, they are to assume the powers of the governing council. Into Osha Emra establish the KN University Act 8, in 1961. The power to the University Council. No. This interim council has taken charge of all those powers. The interim council is supposed to establish the causes of the recent student riot on campus. There's also establish the full extent of the costs and the damage that were caused. And last but not the least, to resolve the differences between university management and the student body. Indeed, the terms of references, key among them are, and they say, I will say the interim council is supposed to resolve that differences with the student body, and the university management. And by doing so, we couldn't have gone ahead without an independent body. Because there have been a number of allegations against the Ministry of Education that we sat aloof for the impasse to get to Baby Adri. It is because we were not necessarily supposed to interfere in the affairs of the university. It is not in the interest of any Ghanaian say abide again and sabato to the management of any public university in this country. However, when it gets to a certain level, we have every responsibility to take necessary decisions having the university in mind and not any personality.
Okay, young Henry say President Enya Asemi Humpopoye ewa America or Kaye Minyanente said the minister Emma school no asote say President Kwanchira Odi Abeni so won trombo no munye consultation ni and sa umbe convert hall na ye mix hall a umetimi aye menim se bia mabusa na den when this ahihye no so
Captain utie aye nkwada no a, that is the student body no a, it will interest you to note that the current demonstrations and brutality, if you like, ICC, our KNWC, it is not necessarily on the conversion of the single halls to mixed halls. However, it plays a role, but key among them are Student Representative Council, their voices have not been heard. Their views are not taken into consideration as far as management of the school near concerned. Some of the things Captain, can you imagine the Student Representative Council account and Kwadano will be a modus? The SRC is not a signatory to that particular account. So which means that the president nor the financial secretary of the Student Representative Council is not a member. And I said it's not a signatory to the account. The bill, they also made mention of the fact that almost whole weeks now almost celebrating heated to they are not almost say how we are celebrating it there at a different time, so that it's a unity hall and they celebrate whole week. They have the responsibility and I say the pleasure of time almost me invited a year and and I say students almost were other halls, even to the extent of even inviting students almost outside KNWC in other halls to have debate, to have socialization and whatever. But this time around, university set up a 1 week day to be the more right after midterm. All the halls have their whole week at the same time. And we are the students a bunch so, and they have been complaining and been complaining and been complaining. And they felt there seemed to be any answers to them. And in Tina and Quadano, and this Anomano and Subadine, a year Ministry of Education, and may who the root cause in Dusha. It is not really about the conversion. Of course, it played a role. And also, can't hold them much say their voices have not been heard because some of the student body even went to court to go and seek an injunction on that implementation policy. And my court in book throw that issue away. And so it is a mixture of issues.
Okay, but say you tag for so patch say abino anyeli ye putupuru no wabe take a decision a dissolve council and NSEM.
Na captain, I didn't know abino anyeli ye. Ye mrapon the ball my who by. What does it say? Especially Article 279 of the Constitution of the Republic 1992. It states clearly that the President of the Republic has the power to appoint and disappoint. Now, President no one appointed the Governing Council, sworn them in. And so, on what grounds Mr. Ageka said, Ministry of Education have acted in excess of its powers, when it's also clothed with that powers to disappoint, especially when there are issues of security, when there are issues of preserving life and property, especially when our prestigious KNUST has been closed down. Do we know the integrity deficit that we suffer internationally? Captain, said they are foreign students at KNUST. Do we know the messages that they are sending out? Don't you think, say, as a man, as a country, we have every responsibility to put an end to this particular issue as soon as possible? Captain, so I don't know why however, we have taken their consideration, but if you look at the constitution of the interim council one, the pro-vice chancellor is a member of ITA. The pro-vice chancellor is a member of management, and that is Professor Mrs. Dixon.
Okay. Many of you from Pimha, actually, DWASO. Dr. Eric Opoku Mensa, UTAC president. Doctor, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, Doc. What's the name?
Yeah,
na bibia ya boko de
bibia nya boko wa oni tua.
Oh, Doc bo me nkomo adintra.
Oh, say wa wo hu enna asem wasi e ya rehosem. Say aban universities a e wo Ghana ha nyina no. Your governing council, I am Rama Hong say, you may be a duo, school university Viano. Governing council no to me say, American members of myself point to details, other council more singing now, but young in the yes. I dear one say, council no minister, echo honum, only a cuckoo for a meeting, council no kono money meeting. Oshia students in it, and Oshia management members in it. You see, Councillor Emra Ama say Omunina or no Mongovi University. University Council Diano, I am representatives in the Waso. We are buying an amusi for more on now. Obi also Diano, 777, even though I buy the Integrity Council, no, and you are buying the East Uncle for no. As the president, once I have to obey, automatic member. Once Yato Aba, a UTA president or automatic member. Tell for a Munipa or automatic member of the council. It is all you council if you want one. Now they go for back. Now the woman see yourself. I'm looking at the issues in the area now 3 months. Now I'm free. Technically, no. Oh, yeah, university governance system. I didn't have to say, SRC president. Only management head, I have vice chancellor. As of my bag in Ano, I'm going to teach student on one side, management on one side. SRC, accusing management. Another more accusing vice chancellor say, Wama security men, Womu, Titi Womu, and Untino, Omako demonstration. And we are accusing the vice chancellor on one side. Students and also know. Who as the president, what the students in him, I'm a illegitimate demonstration. I say the pre-university campus on them. Now, buying SOA or 2 means also you cancel if you honor because of the crisis situation. Who got your committee? no offer also vice chancellor no chief executive no ntranche Utaga or represent a teacher for university on Omontranche, what a committee and our for students is on Tanaso. What are we seeing in this country? And send some Piacoso, members of question Faba. The UTAG, ADSC, because I think the government is wants everybody to bend backwards for the students. The school for Nasabi, Omoye, Yapomasem. But I bring to me, in fact, a teacher for anyone to treat from say, you are not a major stakeholder. You call your tier school for necessary any council and few hormone on beside a demonstration. And to decimate legitimate institutions of the university. They are from Kofonso, may I assure Muturis in your school, you just go on a better of my day. What government is doing, and you're fair. We've been taken for granted for far too long. And in Asia, a teacher for I work on hand on Asia. Now, whatever decision we take, and KNUS in Quebec University of Ghana, we think so unfair. You see, Minister called and I found for Mukushia a cool honour. And then so I won't share among friends, among the now among record members of the problem. I said, the mercy. Empo otu mfo proposal how ye chancellor odu otu kwan wa set time say obehia management the students no watie e dey ba say na eziga na ya na asam kwa ba ya wosim kwa otu mfo e na aban empenfo etu no say omon try no mon solve that problem na asem we asi e okumasi ahinkro otu mfo na ye chancellor na papa no ohini mponwa otu the next asem say or the management bekasa or the student bekasa no man solve problem no said the beya enkoba ne say assembly aba university na aban ko for them and the more council and tranche Martin interim committee anya ne council no ya mfa ne die kwa ma papa yi Friday council assembly see and am say see na Monday na Asante Regional Security Council ba ye omo ye meetings ya de na council na say ene fia da mo be hia. Normal review the SCN normal the way forward. Otum forces obeshia. Minister of Education, no almost about say, young chairman had the grammar so. Ya the FA, ye council in the few honor, ya interim committee, ya the student, Ababisho, some on a pound for you choose woman, among classes. No more university, no. Now, after 3 months, no, or may determine the future of the vice chancellor. Lebra, I said, over here for you, know. And yet, your food, the apostle, a semi-status there, Boba. And our bank of phobia. Now we have control Facebook call. Now we have social media, no structure. And the vice chancellor will be no more. Your food, the Boba. Now the plan I have in your say, they will make sure the vice chancellor will be free. So, young trying and marry any because we have seen the end from the beginning. And just as it's for major stakeholders, you have a watching it.
And run a Germany message be so baby. So muya meeting na mobile cost strike. Ampa.
Me make a declaration be as a cost strike.
Menka say wona waka. Na me se many text message be so church ni bi phone ni bi so baby ho baby. Na asa muti na mo kono mo kopɛ mo be ko strike
minimum one there
we are sure say mo kwa mo be san ko classrooms akɔkyerɛ de lecture halls akɔ
minti men sha sabo no the National Executive Committee comprises all executives of public universities in Ghana no omo tumi ekro mo no minti men nyira no and na adia I am so disappointed see a university nessa Empo, during military rule, no. Now, Kobana say 2 minutes, council. And someone say you will come out of secondary schools. You will never secondary school. Students, it's no demonstration. Our Ghana, they are school bus. It's no headmaster crying. You need headmaster and Sinchang. Now, you committee, near SP, and 2 committee, no, so the headmaster Cotenafi, SP, and the committee now at the secondary school, no. Now, the 3 months and answer for so many answers. No one determine the future of the headmaster. I said, I want to be that.
Patrona, you take time and some way in a course on a bear conversion, ye student is from Jama, security for alcohol, bubini, that time no you tag away.
No, you tag Ukuma.
Moya,
you tag Kasane say. We believe in the autonomy of universities. We believe in the power enshrined in the act now, establishing universities. Okay? University, we management through Honoma, council now, Hono. A teacher for the womb. A teacher for the womb. We council is through Honoma, chancellor. And we are talking about no being person than the Ashanti king. And then I didn't ask you to solve the problem. We are over councillor. 3 stakeholders are all university or administrators, students, and management. Can be no any answer for no council now. So, if you go to university, university needs to make policy. We appeal to council, we keep on deliberating. Sometimes it takes years before the council review it. That is how our university system works. I don't think a student, university assembly, council assembly, vice chancellor, and not for implement it. Let's say implement here. So the way doesn't hurt any individual student.
No, but the person who say now. Okay, Pacho, you.
I don't want to see any student. Now university no more appealing. That is what intellectual discourse is about. More engaging, now more debate. I come to media, so much soliciting for media support. No more TV, so radio, so no more discussing the merit and demerit of the issue. There be a movie, say university no someone pronounce here, and yeah, we'll bring the school down. Now, some teacher for school one of the council, your promotion once all the universities in Ghana. Issues about is here now we have a national president. As someone university management need in any day. Says keep on engaging. Sometimes I'll talk behind the scenes. Many vice chancellors in the Kasa.
Okay.
That is how the university system works.
But says
and you're not saying that it won't be anyone more is here. A teacher for say, oh, your promotion once there's a problem, council so much here in the end. We don't do that. It is here, say a man or Shabonese. So baby, that's we are. And we have to remove all legitimate institutions. Near the best students, the vote in the medium.
No, but the person who said timer. What's this a vote in no more? Yes, I wouldn't know.
No, because you know that is students normally youth, or numbers in also. Let's do whatever they want. As somehow open mobile catch them and say, as a student and as a management, no, or what I saw hold on one. The mobile members demonstration you in the management in a flow. What is that?
No, but
what is that?
Benson, Minim said ya what here. Tell me, Bisa, some no person, some Bisa, no quan for so. And some way, I shall say, Ebo Bobano, and yet now watching you, what you mean. I trouble so many, Busumi, me who say, I didn't baby a eke kakono. I know bashi. And some mammy was say, you tank Ankasa Samreno. Money management no share, Monday one casum sembi, one more consulting moon day, because I said, Monsumu ye deans are. And I Yanadin and 70 people on our meeting from Twitter, and I make a choice the way university system in general. A semi or two no more. There's no mean a person than or take a course. Chairman of council or honum, we council if you honum one. The uppermost echelon of the university and the chancellor. Now, main problem I may want to say, you see, council no, comprising of different for a buying will nipple for our more council also. One of them is the chairman, and that person is appointed by His Excellency the President of this Republic. A deliver for okay, so me Obama no choir. When you sound for council no soon yana. About one a quote about one or two me while appointing nipple ma for. All these other a cocoa more university on your Obia or rep. It is about per se, I didn't cost one. So, I mean, you also changing the direction of the university. Also, council chairman. No, for government, other government reps, and say, and then I also remember, say, and I person, Mongo Twaba, won't change direction, now soon, Vimra. And then you talk, and I will say, but you're being intervening, catch a vice answer, and I can't say, Chancellor won't change, you know. And only Yajuma, Chancellor or Honum, a bunch of many chancellors didn't come.
What is that? Say, Nana, say anything, a coso, Miss Soason will 2 nights or another, the wound you must say. Find your money in our coso. Now, I dare see, you know, you may want no fast work tech. You see, I will come out of here. I dare see, you know, first year for my coach university. Amoko and Okrano, Sabi. Amokrano, among your first exams, they haven't even settled. First year students in any public university cannot pull out what has happened. They can't pull out. And I make a channel. As I make a this is a gun orchestration. Yes, 2 years ago. Yes, it happened. But the Namabia at the Yakano Kupum, I have here one channel. I may want to say, and I just say, let us cause mayhem, young creative confusion university on out of that, we'll take over the administration. You are a certain committee, you are, I don't know the day, 3 months and a committee near Juma as a vice chancellor, and you want to how could you set up a committee to investigate? 2 parties are involved. Student leader now, no idea, no. I know non-trail committee, so no more investigating the headmaster and the vice chancellor. You against our and our Masadi.
And to move across strike.
Yeah, we want to tell government, say, one key major stakeholder in this whole process. What do you mean, yes, our process, we're not ignoring.
But monso process ne by e sha se ba busuminsie no money aban kasa mo tem ho mo kasa mo ministry ni shia mo ye den
Captain Smart.
Yes, uncle.
Mr. Ensam no Minister of Education. So that friend obedi no kra eno no pana me ni din kita ho eno wi na me din kita ho me na me kasa ense bu am kuna som ma ye nye sei
no eno no ye say me nim wo yi say Dr. Poku me nim wo yi metimi afrew but asem yesi ye busuan mu ne ye ka busuan asem na me frew nko na me no ka me mfanto abusuan nim.
Well, you may say so. And because the youth opposition say there won't be pain and Sembi SEO Winneba and Sensama members in the community. Now we'll come back to it very soon if we need to come back in the public. Then I say, the Empesa and Nemebu Honoma, 2 minutes now on Zako Rim, 2 minutes on Zako Rim, and they formally say you start coming out with a position on the subject matter. We feel strongly say, at the SEM, it could be resolved. And in any case, and yet, the council, a policy, let a student defeat a young popular. In Tiawazi and Forcia, no more changes that decision. Many of the Anyagino, and you think that's not our position. Because universities are all Ghana, there are so many policies of Maya and favor lectures. You are more than 10 from a car. It was a game, it was after implementation about 2-3 years. Council SR review, looking at the exigencies of the time. I didn't think students are the policy, that policy, it doesn't hurt any individual student. I didn't hear
okay, Doc Mpacho, of our dear Boami. And Mra Ba say, Yede and Ma Beko Katanga, now you tag more peneso and Anamum peneso.
And yeah, you tag your peneso and peneso. You see, Okaza, now it's a personal.
Oh, David, me Mpacho me busa. Mpacho me busa, say Namo peneso, and I said Namum peneso. Me busa.
We didn't have any position on it.
But
the simple reason is that university, no, and fear PHMO. It got to a point in time where not the only female holder of Africa, not the academic
okay.
Our female students increase, in admission, one time, the whole president of the Republic on the vice chancellor is here and University of Health and Allied Sciences. I'm not going to mobile and the Maba. That is university policy.
Okay.
Why did they do that? They have to do that because of ABCD.
Okay.
To accept it as a mature group and move forward.
Instead of money.
I know America is in 1982 about Katanga near here. Hey, a tradition. What is in Katanga? What is special about Katanga? What is special about a unity hall? And Kofofi say, they shouldn't be mixed. Not the Marco Hall. What decimated the traditions of the whole? I can't say far. But because they are sitting in our here, they were not built to be traditionally mixed halls.
Okay.
But university, different vice chancellors looking at the current situation in the university, no, now take a decision. Council approve it, then they implement it. This time on Friday, students say I'm paying. Now, then there's a bomb idea. Any school no calm down. You talk shouldn't support that thing. Say we should come up with policies and satisfy a few students. That's why I can two horses.
But Doc, what can say that issue ne buy no? Na mu ni position biya wo ho. Sa asem ya wo ni position biya wo ho na edidi mu ade we nyina ba. Enti ama mu position say no nwanwa no.
No, me say any position biya wo ho. The reason why we don't have any position is that we feel say it is within the wisdom of the council to take whatever policy decision school. No. You sitting outside, no, you don't know the merit and demerit of it. That's a lot of arguments. You that cannot form a position on it. Say university say be particularly we should go and have a position and go and talk about it. And I'm going to say individually we say things at the background, but as an association, you know, I don't think it is fair, and we all don't think it is right. Say that policy decision, you know, because students say they don't like it, you know, you ought to go in and tell the university say munyai.
All right, but your meeting here, da ben.
Yeah, meeting here.
Okay, but your time, ben.
Oh.
because as a mo communicate no ma sign that.
Oh yeah.
Because me who copy.
Time no there for security reason and better than they be to job.
But letter na mo de be ba bonti na ma say we me who copy. Aye.
Now who time so?
There be time no dey ni so but ade am pesa mo ye no me who.
Aye. Yeah, communicate is one for. I said on the first time answer. Nobody should know the time. Yeah, but before 6 p.m. here meeting.
Okay. Document that.
But the numbers in the winning but there is winning time so.
Me as winning baby amushia. Back na men so menka. Abusa Dr. Erico Poku Mensa UTAC president. And now ombewie no by 4 and achakra 5. The beba say omon chirade the whole country.
So by 4
latest by 5 p.m. The beba say omon chirade.
And reason on the same. Reason is Nessa Yan for man Kaku no.
Yeah, be with my can way. Mamin call a Humano Sona Fe Mene Honorable Alban Sumane Kingsford Backbing MP Owo and Adoli Kadio Deputy Speaker of Parliament and NDC aspiring flag bearer.
Second.
Honorable, good morning.
My brother, good morning.
And how are you doing?
Oh, by His grace, things are going well.
Super. We're also doing very fine. It's been a long time, though.
Yes.
Let me have your opinion on this KNUST thing before we move on to your campaign issues.
Well, I've been very busy this week touring the eastern region, but I picked pieces of information from various stakeholders and actors in that incident. I think that what has happened is a comedy of error, and I think that it's important that stakeholders relook at a number of issues. I think the management, the council, the students, and government have, in one way or another, erred in taking the decisions and acting on those decisions as we have today. I would have done it differently.
So how would you have solved this problem?
One, the management of the university should have been more sensitive to the issues raised by the students' body and listen to them and back down. We are in a democracy where the use of force or compulsion should be the last resort. That is when you have no other option than to do so. And so the management was wrong in continuing to implement a decision which was not popular with a large section of the student bodies. 2, the University Council should have been proactive. When things were getting to the head, they should have called management, sat with management, and got management to at least stop the high-handedness and to sit again to go through the issues with the other stakeholders that they also did not do. The students should not have gone to the extent of distraction, demonstrating to show a strong revulsion or opposition to what the management was trying to do is in the right direction. But to allow the demonstration to deteriorate to violence and almost like a war situation where properties were destroyed and when lives were imperiled and people were hurt, that definitely cannot be accepted in a democratic country like Ghana. Government should have allowed the rule of law to prevail. There are laws on these issues. What government should have done is to facilitate the bodies to do the right thing, not for government to abrogate the authority and decide to act the way they have done. The University Council is by law mandated to take control of these issues. In spite of the fact that they delayed in doing so, what government should have done was to give them or fortify their authority to take the necessary actions, but not for government itself to go and take over and decide to dissolve the council and to set up a new council. Particularly so, as some persons have already infused partisanship into the matter. It's a very bad precedent that government has set, following from Winneba. And we're hearing information about attempts being made to also deal with the leadership of the KUNT as has happened. But in such matters, particularly in education, we cannot and we should not be using education as a political football. That is not good for the country.
Thanks so much. Then now to your campaign. Personally, I've not been able to follow, but I've been following the reportage in the New Crusading Guide. Almost every day there's a story about you and your campaign, how successful it's been. Tell me, what's the secret? What's that new trick? What are you doing different?
Well, my brother, you have to join the winning team. And so you are welcome.
Thank you.
We're doing things differently. We are carrying on a very mature and very decent campaign. And our focus is on what we will do differently from others. And that is why, in spite of the perceptions of many, when they meet me at the end of the day, they are completely turned over. That is why you are reading the good news. Because I believe there are a lot of things that, as a country, we could do better, which we are not doing. And so I don't fail to draw the attention of the delegates to those things, both in intra-party politics, intra-party politics, inter-party politics, and the governance of the nation. And so that's why we're making waves, and we really are moving to win these primaries. I can assure you.
So, at the end of the day, we'll see Honorable Sumana back being asked the flag bearer of the NDC.
By his grace, sir. by His grace.
You are now in the Eastern region. How is the campaign there?
I must commend highly the delegates in the Eastern region. The warmth, the hospitality, the loyalty to the party, the commitment. I mean, the number of friends I have made, and the reception has been absolutely admirable. And I'm extremely encouraged to go on with what I'm doing. In fact, at the end of the day, they come in unison to tell me that that is the way to go. It's not only the chiefs who, after listening to a bit of my vision as to how I want governance in this country to be run, who in unison have applauded and approved that that is the best way to go. The delegates themselves have shown in frenzy their love and support of what we are doing. And so I'm very, very happy with what I've experienced, and I will do everything to make sure that I carry on the same message to all the other regions.
Now, I read from social media and other platforms that you were snubbed by some of the executives in the region.
Whoever put it there got it wrong, because I was happily received by the regional executives of the Eastern region, and in fact, I commended them by doing everything to put in place an even playing field for all flag bearers. It was only the chairman and the vice, and the chairman had already informed me of his inability to attend. In fact, he had an assignment, and so I met him personally, and he told me, and I saw that yes, he was committed and he couldn't attend. The vice was not around, and I was told, and I experienced it, because when I visited some of the areas, I saw the funerals that they were caught in. But when I got there, my friend and brother, Brother Jemfi, had just finished his meeting with them. And so they were there to receive me. And I made my message with my team members present. After that, I gave them the opportunity to ask questions, which they did. They were satisfied. They went through my program because I had to seek their permission first, since the party was in their hands in the region. And so they went through my program with me, gave me pieces of advice, and assigned members of the regional executives to be present at all my meetings in the region. And happily, I got some of the executives following through my meetings from zone. And so I was really surprised to see in the social media that I was snubbed by the regional executive. I think that we need to move away from this kind of reportage to see how we can improve upon the political culture in the country. Sorry. By creating an even playing field and encouraging everybody to come on board to give his or her best. So it is not true that I was snubbed by the regional executive. In fact, I commend them highly for their hospitality and the support and assistance they gave me.
Okay. Would you visit any of the schools in the region?
Schools?
Yes, any of the schools in the region.
Oh, they are not delegates, and so I don't intend visiting the schools. I'll be meeting later on 10 executives, but that is not to say I'll visit schools. As of now, I'm just about to meet the good people of Akropong, Aburi, Adikrum, and all other NDC members in the 3 constituencies around here. And I want to take this opportunity to greet them and to tell them to be expecting something different. Ghanaians are very good people. Ghanaians are peace-loving. Ghanaians are hungry for development. And having been given this opportunity all over the years, 26 years in Parliament, 18 years in leadership of this country, and having had the global experience, I think I can make governance something different, something that can tap all the potential and listen of Ghanaians to develop this country faster than we are doing.
Okay. I asked that specific question because some of the aspirants are visiting various secondary schools and campaigning there. That's why I was also...
I don't know any of our aspirants visiting secondary schools.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because you may be talking about the national, people aspiring for the national executive positions, not flag bearers.
Okay then. Thanks so much, Honorable, for your time this morning.
It's always a pleasure. And I say, I equal to whatever you are doing.
Thank you, sir. Sumana Bagbin, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, MPO Nandoli Kadio.
Ayo, Captain, me mona sem na tofa wo.
One more
I was for a cage man ho. A cage man ho na I was afraid. Our bank is also mana babin. Wo prese NDC amanyokuo no wo bedi animu no watu franka ade ama wo chini papa na ne wo de adu mu wapoye mantamu na apoye mantamu a wakọ no captain ene no twetwe nkoma fa ho ne ntoaba a wo kuro nyina da na edi ne kan obisa ne bibi efa asukufo ya wonu mo kwa me nkroma hyiapo mu ni akoso wo hono mo ene wo se sa de wedie se asem no asie no abotre na nipa anya ya kwa ese nka concert bi ya bamu agudie bi ese nka abotre ba ya se ya school fo na famu se ya chechefo se ya mpanimfo de school na no obi ya mfonso ne na ba bia na se nko no kra de asem we se ono na asi na bre so se mampani na ka kwa foforo ene obefa so solve problem no akoso no wo se nko obehwe se entotoye no kra nke ko mu behwe so anokra ansa na ba bia duru aso gyai no aduru hono and the anyana 70 or the war one tem. No, we yana captain baby san no say, honorable way, wukra wukoi, namwa wunami send ye jewo fan was oh, winning team no, it say, ye can winning team wa whoop a baby don't want, baby, say, Hannah kunim dear war. One was all don't baby bedroom becana say, will be at 10 as a man who said, Tim winner in here, no beard and one bedroom. Eti, hey, or more, baby benina, or ne champion. Eastern region so call ye, was such as could do a cran and near day. Send your man for a Jenny Fesso, penning for then this year man you no, any message or demand one no. Any message or the man was a message, emotion. And I can't be saying, say, so cocoa do one of them penning for no, if you know, say, or move me. Me call your cran up judge and fee, young so prepositions, EBA. Nabro jadi can't call 1 man penning for no much to come to me power cry, mamre, name chama, ne 2 coins, or no crano, or bomma, yes, were 2 coins. Can't be saying, send wa pro bono the Beco school to Muana, and was in a school for the mere delegates. Yeah, can't see for a bar will be a Beco school for Hawaii. It's mid dear. Or more yet delegates and I make one as intine, Mako team for ya wonu work for Yamantem one more. If you want Mako Crupon, Mako Ducrum, nature said, what Mamma Nina, who here, what we were memorizing.
When by university, at a chef 1 penny for more demonstration be pim. May met it to a montem. Mumba Modia Musa Asuku for no, their problem.
Yeah.
Petition ba could be a fly or baby. As will be the 2 maybe so trouble beba. Marika.
Captain first spill the anon twaso.
Other chronicle cocoa.
And spill sinka obedi first. Chronicle for us any chance. Was sinka one war renew. And a chronicle for fire headline boy biba say. One new spill say. What launching a campaign. MPC ama. Nankwa rini ankasese o maba ye propose no rini o momra was a chronicle for the bunanim ti o mu de agunanim ase
one wa a contest no so mu nyina kwa mu 5 billion 0
eno de wonye delegates wonye delegates until some beto awie no analysis where armchair say
one bet 2 be there aspirant number 2 be there obi be 3 benya 1
we captain near on near walker Martin Alunyo Martin say na your birthday nyankopon hira wate
said that my brother some message
captain
in the other ya Captain, why? It's
Larry campaign the lunch na
okay, we now interview nti then.
Hey!
Then.
The president di shana.
Hwe ewiase. Wo ankasa do ho to nsane so na hu se ubetumi a. Ricket se utie na samo a wo ka, wotumi ka aka se positions ama holding nyina. Me ma change ba ho no mo. Ti me hu ne se oman ne metimi asom. Se nipa ne beka we kire wo a captain waso no ho ahwe no wo ba te se ba ben die sei
mama nchewa de wow constituency we enye dwum ha te se multimedia ha na maka se multimedia for no yesua enti e bi obi a wona dwen enti obrempo launch ne campaign multimedia fanko e bi a ya ha no Jehovah Witness for those enti na yanko na wow constituency wudi mu MP o launch o campaign wo ho where you should buy 300 invitation cards o she program na say 12 about training people wo 17 ye
ebia communication
about 4
communication na
about 4 na 17 8 film na ka say 17 minus 8
yes agro ne fam agro ni from tinyantwene bo we nyantwene bo
no emu na kura do 12 no share so be ba no se ko from makura konko hwe you say 12 about president we didn't time so
captain ubad mu ha no pa people don't hail you when you come to this office in the morning
so be bantem
anytime I be biano me can see asem so people don't hail us when we come to the premises of multimedia good. And when we go outside, people hail us.
Different.
Odiphobia ni munyamuni ko.
Odiphobia ni. Yes, odiphobia ni munyam. You start in Jaika.
It is a trust na.
Ono kura na nka so launch campaign no.
It is a launch ni pa ma. It is normal.
Constituency.
It is natural. It is normal.
Ojanya normal.
Captain is normal.
That be a bad omen.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Popo.
It's a bad omen. Now where do you ya can. Where do you ya. Oh. I didn't do over.
Dey na upeja ansa kwa hono.
Where do you?
Dey na do sa kwa hono. Ebeka tim.
I know where
ebeka mutirimu mi. Ebeka sa moka na ebeka mutirimu.
Ebeka no kodada.
Mema resource.
Obi ampa resource. Obi ampa resource. Edu ho no mo an ye behu.
Why obete bobole wo.
Hwe.
Jim FM.
Jig. Ready.